Hey guys, it's Anya. Welcome back to my channel. And I am here today with my weekly wax empties. And I have some partials in this basket. I'm also using my new ring lights, which you can see the evidence. You can't see my eyes, can you? Like, can now. Anyway, just being amused and being a dork today. So, also rocking my apron. I'm taking a break while wax is cooling. I started on the first scent today from my pre-order, and also melting a fall scent in my living room. I'm warming apples and oats from Scentsy, and I only grabbed the one bar, but I've been like struggling to not melt fall scents because it's so hot outside. I just wanted to wrap myself in cozy since I'm off today. I'm working on my fall scents. So anyway, that's why I have the tie-dye. This is my apron. It's a denim apron my sister got for me. But anyway, so just to keep myself, because my new wax melter likes to splash wax everywhere. So I was like, oh, let's put some protective gear on. Anyway, we're not here about what I'm wearing, what we're going on. We're here about the wax. So if you want to know what I got through this week, then just stay tuned. Okay, so I do have a mixture here. Well, let me pull out the Scentsy first, and I'll speed this up. Okay, I went through 7 empties of bars, 1 partial. So we'll talk about the partial. I melted 4 cubes here in my bedroom of vanilla oud. This has vanilla, leather, oud wood. I love this scent. I have a quantity of 2 of these in my Scentsy Club, and well, 2 in my bi-monthly and 1 in my quarterly. I really do enjoy the scent, but this is actually one that performs better for me when the air conditioning's not running, and also with a little more cure time. It has vanilla in it also. It's gonna be a lighter performer. Just like with any vanilla scent, you need to give it some time to sit. Although that being said, when they release them, how long are they poured before they when they release them to the general public for purchasing, how long prior to that are they poured? That's my question. So I don't know how long. I'm saying all of this because I could smell it, but only like lightly here in my bedroom. This bar normally, I remember it being a lot stronger than what I was getting. So I'm still going to keep it in my club because I really love the scent profile. And it's been 5 years since I've had this bar. So vanilla oud would be a repurchase for me. And it's also in my club. I think I'm just going to opt to putting 1 or 2 of the bars I like from this recent Bring Back My Bar and getting them every so often versus just stocking up, because I have no more room after the clearance haul, after my Scentsy Club haul order this month. I have no more space for Scentsy bars, so I'm melting like a mad woman. So I will finish this up probably this weekend. Okay. Where's my key lime and grapefruit? Did I already share key lime and grapefruit? Maybe I did. I don't remember. Sorry. Okay. From the mustard Bring Back My Bar, or this one that's currently going on until whenever they decide to sell out, pistachio ice cream. I melted this whole clam in my kitchen. 4 cubes in my Scentsy warmer and 4 cubes in my crock. This was a lighter performer, but I did I did like the scent profile. Actually liked a lot more on warm. It is not so in your face. It is a subtle pistachio, nutty pistachio. I wouldn't say there's like a huge vanilla base to this, but it's a nutty pistachio. It is pretty decent if you are missing out on something, like if you prefer like nutty scents in your gourmand scent house, scent wheelhouse, scent preferences. I just don't know if it is club worthy for me. While I do have some bars that may be lighter, I mean, they're anywhere from like a light medium, but I don't keep things in there that I can't smell. But I did smell that. It just wasn't a beast, which is okay. I don't always want pistachio scents to be like in your face. Some people do. I think I've pistachioed myself out. So I'm actually kind of cool with how not in your face this is. Something just moved off my bed. I'm thinking it was my phone charger cord, but the way that it scurried just made me pause a minute. It looked like it is scurried, but I don't know if you've ever seen things move out of your peripheral vision. It kind of looked like it moved, but it didn't really, it wasn't an animate object moving. Anyway. Okay, so I finally melted, well, I have finally gotten my hands on a bar of Italian Sunshine. And I wanted to also melt Summer Holiday. So I did this in my living room, 2 bars and alternating warmers. And out of these 2 amber scents, I think I prefer Summer Holiday more. I know this has a lily and an orange note. I just really love the way this profile is. This one on cold smells amazing. You have bergamot, you got berries, coconut, and I want to say amber. This was also stronger performing. Like, this was more loud in the alternating warming situation I did in the living room one evening after work. This was stronger than this, but I think I prefer the scent notes of Summer Holiday more than I do Italian Sunshine. They could be sisters. That being said, Italian Sunshine, I think I am going to keep in my club for the trend, like when the transition comes out. I do like it. I think my mistake though was warming the both of these the same evening. So I really need to give it its own fair shot. I do really like the bergamot, the berries, and the amber. And I think the coconut kind of gives it like that creamy, kind of waxy note in here. So I mean, it was these 2 in alternating. Some warmers had like 1 cube of each. I enjoyed it. And this performed for over 15 hours in my living room. So I left this, so I put this in around like 3 the afternoon, and then the next day, probably around lunchtime is when I took that out. So I enjoyed it, but I do want to melt them separately by themselves. So I did put Summer Holiday in my club. That is going to stay there. I really do like that scent, and it's been a while since we've had it back. Also melted Candy Dandy. This is like mango, and this is, okay. I honestly can't remember the scent notes. I just know it has mango in it. It comes off like a bag of Starburst to me. Not the pink Starburst, because that's strawberry. But it does smell like a bag of candy. And it wasn't a beast. It was like maybe a 4 out of 10 in throw in the living room. I did put this whole bar in randomly warmers in my living room. I did enjoy it. I really did like this. And it wasn't sickeningly sweet like cotton candy can be sometimes. This was just really, really pleasant. Like a really enjoyable candied type scent for the summer. and I'm undecided as to when to keep it in my club. One I hated, y'all. I am so sorry to all of you who like this. It is also, Susan has mentioned this many times, the ones that are absolute beasts. No, the ones we don't like end up being absolute beasts. So, that being said, I melted vanilla oak one evening in my living room as an overnight melt, starting at like 6, maybe 7 the prior, and I let it go overnight. I do not like this. I like the way it smells on cold. It is a very powdery vanilla resinous oak. On warm, I was getting some sort of bug spray, and maybe I picked that up also. I don't remember when I hauled this. I want to give it another go, so I've kept 1 bar of it in my quarterly, which processes in August. That is also like my placeholder fall scents. I've also already edited that club since everyone's been posting. All these active Scentsy consultants have already posted what's coming in the catalog. I already took out what's already coming back. So that being said, I did put this in that club at 1 bar quantity. I'll maybe try it again. It's just so much resin. I like birch. I like pine. I like evergreens. Something about this specific blend. It's just not for me. I can't. I don't know. Okay, so today I'm actually melting these 4 here. I have put in my bar of apple and oats. This is rich, buttery oatmeal, caramelized apple, and like the slightest hint of cinnamon. This is what I was craving. My heart song was craving for a fall scent today, so that's what I've got going in my living room, and it's still performing very well. It's been in since about 9. It's about 1:30 now. And in my crock, I have 3 samples that are testers that I had. So I had caramel vanilla delight, stroop waffle delight. Everything's a delight, right? And my last tester of apple butter frosting. Playing on the notes of apple and oats. Like, we got the caramel, we got the bakery notes from the stroop waffle. I'm so glad I have a bar of this. This is so good. Very brown butter. You get the caramel vanilla from the caramel vanilla delight and the apple butter frosting. I missed this bar, but luckily their K's scented wax melts has an amazing dupe, which will satiate the craving. So that's what I got going on. Fall vibes today. I'm here for it. And then the last one, I picked this up in a flash sale, coastal strawberry. I finished this up in my bathroom. I don't like this. It smells like cherry chapstick to me. I don't get green. I don't get raspberry seeds. I don't know the appeal in this scent. If I want a strawberry, if I want fresh air with strawberry, like, give me that. But this is not that. So not something I'm going to look forward to purchasing again. Also used up or swapped out. I say swapped out. This one still has life to it. But I swapped out a purple bulb in my mermaid glass warmer because the middle. One thing about the colored bulbs, I don't know if anybody else has mentioned this or has seen this, but the colored bulbs will fade at the top. So it'll look purple from the sides, but the very top of it was shining white. And I have purple in my mermaid glass warmer, which is my, it is a glass of mosaic. It looks amazing with the red bulb and blue, but I like the purple because it kind of gives this like ethereal mermaid vibe, but also dims the light, so I can still have that warmer lit at night and still be able to sleep. So I swapped that out once I got my Scentsy Club in. Very chatty. Okay, and I'm also dying. It's hot in here. I turn off the air, so I just have the fan on. I have a lot of things here, you guys. Okay, let me touch on the partials and then we'll get into my empties. I have melted about, well, so I had a piece like from here cut across missing of my tub here of Cozy Beach Party from Second and Spruce. So I melted from my finger down, let's say maybe 2 ounces or so. I love this. Okay, so this is Beach Party, Marshmallow Fireside, Cashmere Cream, and Vanilla Frosted Cupcakes. This Vanilla Frosted Cupcakes has given this such a rich depth that I really enjoy this a lot. You definitely get her Beach Party. The Marshmallow Fireside is kind of lighter, but you still get like that cedar, smoky cedar scent that you get with Marshmallow Fireside. I don't pick up on much cashmere cream in this. That's okay. I still thoroughly enjoyed this. Just proud that I'm working on stuff that I have in my Second and Spruce stash. Yes, I have a lot. Okay, and then the second partial here is I have melted half of this loaf of strawberry pineapple whip from Lavender and Speckles that I acquired from Friend Mill, from Lori. This has notes of sweet strawberry blended with tart lemons, fresh pineapple, and vanilla ice cream. I wanted to love this so much. Something about the lactonic notes in this ice cream were reading to me like tangy, like a yogurt, more than like a creamy vanilla buttercream icing sort of situation. I didn't get much strawberry. I did get the pineapple. I'm not sure how I feel about this combination. Normally, I would say that these three like fruit notes are like yeses for me. But something about the way the ice cream was reading with the pineapple, just not. It's not. I don't think it's in my wheelhouse. But well, it is in my wheelhouse. It wasn't as mouth-wateringly sweet as I wanted. So, I mean, I will finish the rest of this loaf and put it in my basket, probably to melt for the next 2 weeks. And then I'm going in full mode. Like, I've waited long enough. So, pineapple strawberry whip from Lavender Speckles. That is it for the partials. So, I have gone through another bag of cotton balls here. Okay. I have finished 2 Second and Spruce. I finished up my wax cake or wax milk cups in the Old Country. This has rosemary and olive oil bread, a hint of Italian limoncello, and warm breeze. This was so good. This actually lasted about a day and a half, so 24 hours plus 12. I loved it more on day 1 than I did on day 2. I definitely got more of like the bread, the rosemary on day 1. On day 2, I was really getting more of the limoncello and the bread, which kind of morphed into like a Fruit Loop scent to me. So on day 2, it wasn't as enjoyable and as like unique to me, but the first day was amazing. Such a banger. This was going like so strong. I had 2 melt cups. Okay, so I put one. This was also the day that I had turned off all my warmers except my crock in my living room, and then in the kitchen I left my Scentsy warmer and my crock going. So I split one of my melt cups in half. One half of that going in my Scentsy warmer and the other half going in my kitchen crock. With that blowing, like throwing to the wax studio / dining area in front of the air conditioner, that mingling with the other whole melt cup that I had melting in my crock in the living room. This was such a great performer. absolutely would repurchase this. It was just a very unique twist on a lemon bakery, and I love the rosemary in this. It was a very like authentic rosemary scent to me, and I love the bread, so would 100% get that again. Another one that I finished off was Ozzy Osbourne Sweet Shop Plus Coconut Cream Pie. I just received this in a D-stash. I love this. This is strawberry pound cake, toasted coconut, mallow fluff, and coconut cream pie. I did the whole mini loaf at one melt in my living room warmers. I had all, this was before I turned off all those. It was like we had an extreme heat warning, which for those of you who have constant heat in the summertime, like triple digits for a long time, we typically don't get up into triple digits unless it's a heat index. I'm not a meteorologist, but when you combine the humidity that gets stuck here in the southeast, it becomes increasingly dangerous for those of us who are not used to it. So the day that I had turned off all the warmers, I was trying to reduce the amount of heat output in my house, which is keeping my 2 Crocs and my 1 warmer in my kitchen. It did an immense job. Turning off all those warmers in my apartment was way cooler. My attempt in doing that also, our walls are not insulated very well. There was one summer that my air conditioning unit had, it wouldn't cool at all. Like it got up to be like 86, 88 in here, and we had to be almost naked, and the fans weren't even touching it. It took a lot of complaints for them to come out and change the unit out or service it. It was cheaper for them to service it. I mean, to bring out the new unit. It took forever. And then when winter hit, we had no heat. So we were dying in the summer and we were freezing in the wintertime. That's how bad the walls are not insulated. The windows are not also insulated. Like, I can only do so much. Anyway, so all of that to say is that I had noticed a huge difference turning off all the warmers except for one in the main areas. And I was still able to get the throw that I wanted, which is awesome. So one of, and it would be like at the late, but this was prior to me doing all of that. Sorry. So I melted this whole mini loaf at one time, which is 5 ounces, and every single warmer, tea lights included, and in my crock and warmer in the kitchen. This was delicious, rich, and beautiful. Would get that again. I have finished off a loaf here. I melted the last few pieces. I don't know why I held on to one more melt worth in the living room, but this is Destination Wax and Quickie Wedding. This is a beautiful strawberry blend. You have fresh strawberries, strawberry seeds, and marshmallow fluff. I enjoyed that. I was craving for strawberry, so this was a beautiful evening, and I would get that again. I have one pack here of macarons that I melted in the living or kitchen. Sorry, berry waffle cone type from Macaron Wax Melts. This was great. I love this. This was my first scent that I had tried for my RTS order. It's a beautiful waffle cone scent. Berries. This was a solid performer. This was medium strong in my kitchen, and I would just melt like two pieces at a time, one in my warmer, one in my crock, and I would get that again. I love berry waffle cone. I think I have, nope, I just have one. I just recently finished this snack bar of Quiet Nights from the Melt Stash in my bathroom. This was refreshing. We have eucalyptus, spearmint, and pink sugar. This was a beast too. Like, each time I would put like one piece of the snap bar in the bathroom warmer, and it would throw for days, like 3 days. Oh, this is so good. It gives me, the eucalyptus spearmint gives me like fancy shampoo vibes. And I'm sorry if you can hear thunder. You probably can't. I'm hearing thunder to the north east of me of this window, and it's throwing me off every time it claps. Anywho, I enjoyed this. I don't know if I would seek out that specific blend, but the Melt Stash has been doing very well for me. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to pull out vendor, that's mine. All the things that are not mine, and subbing out other vendors. For retail, I finished up this clamshell of the Vanilla Sands from Goose Creek. This is a great performer for me. Each time I would put like one of the triangle pieces in my warmers here in the bedroom, and I would get a day and a half out of this, like a full 24 hours plus like some. It smells just like Vanilla Sands, so I'm Vanilla Sands, Vanilla Waves. This is notes, sorry. This is notes of salted vanilla, lotus flower, and creamy sandalwood. I swear I get like a nuttiness out of this, and I don't know what that note in here is that I'm getting. I don't really get much lotus flower, but this is just it's a pretty good dupe for Vanilla Waves. Thank you, Charity, for recommending this, because I am so glad I have more of that in my stash. Okay. I have 5 samples here that I melted. From Friend Mail. The first one here is Dessa's Homespun Scents in Winter Chestnut Brioche. This came from Lori. I love the scent. I love the scent so much that I have a tub in that, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. It's a very bready apple cinnamon, but a buttery bread. It's delicious. Not too spicy either. In my bedroom, I melted Under Heaven, Over Hell from the Candle Nurse. This is so pretty. Yeah, I melted this in my warmer by my bed. This has sandalwood, creamy coconut, heliotrope, vanilla, cedarwood, tonka bean, patchouli, moss, bergamot, dried fruits, jasmine, amber, and musk. It's a very feminine, warm, sophisticated scent. I love this a lot. I like the notes of the coconut and the sandalwood. Was only a sample, so I need to acquire this in a bigger size to be able to enjoy the throw intensity that I want in my bedroom. Although I would melt this in my living room, but I need to get at least a 6-pack or whatever size is bigger than this. So I would repurchase that. The other 3 are from Traverse City, also from Friend Mail from Lori. I melted these 2 in my crock at one point. This is from Traverse City in Appleberry Spice. And then I also melted the zucchini bread sample. That was pretty good. I would say I got about a medium strong in the kitchen. Then today, going with my apple theme, I'm melting Cider Lane from Traverse City. Cider Lane is like apple cider, caramel. Maybe I'm really going to appreciate apple cider. Or, I mean, I love apple cider scents anyway, but like Cider Lane, I think I just like it by itself or with some savory notes. Not so much with maple, nutty pecan waffles. So, that's going in my kitchen currently. I have 3 more from vendor. I have all but this one little piece of Ariel's birthday cake from Salt Melt Melts that I got in the round robin. I want to say Kristen Keegan. I want to say Keegan put this in there, but I could be wrong. It could have been Tula too. Oh, this is so good. Ariel's birthday cake is mac apple, salty sea air, marshmallow cake, and cotton candy. So, as you guys may know, those of you who are familiar, mac apple and salty sea air play very well together. Those are the first 2 things that pop out at you when this hits the warmers and starts melting. But as that dies down, I swear I could smell the marshmallow cake and the cotton candy. Like, it just became sweeter, more enjoyable to me. I do like mac apple. I do like salty sea air, Mixer Bakery. So this, I mean, I would maybe seek out to get this duplicated. may just pour something similar for myself to enjoy. I really enjoyed, this is my first time in fully melting the souffle in my living room, finishing this off. And Amanda's magic with her wax will always be missed, because this was fabulous and a beast. Okay, you guys, in my bedroom, I melted through my souffle here of honeybee. This is sweet sugar cookies, honey nectar, sweet vanilla, and beach treats. I love this scent. Yep, I love this scent. You get the cookies, definitely get the honey nectar. Something about the way that the honey nectar and the beach treats combine. I'm just very thankful that this scent performs well for me. And it's one of my favorites, and was my gateway scent that sucked me into the world of Teddy Bees. So, love that one. Another one that I've really enjoyed, and also got 2 different melting experiences the 2 times I melted it. So I have some of the Beach Evening sampler from Knoll's Farm Scents that Lori had gifted me. And this was Lavender Tides, which has Beach Evenings, warm vanilla sugar, and lavender. So the first time I melted this here in the bedroom, so there was 4 pieces, so I put one in one warmer and one in the warmer beside my bed. The first night, I got a lot of the lavender and a lot of the Beach Evenings, which I love. Say less, okay? But the second time I melted this, was it last night? It wasn't either last night. No, it wasn't last night, because last night I forgot to put this in my basket. Last night I put in a piece of Traverse City lavender cookie dough. So that's still going in my warmers. I just haven't changed it yet. Also, look at this sticker. I mean, like lavender chocolate chip cookies. It's so cute. Love that scent. But this was either the night, I think it was the night before. The second time I warmed this, I got more lavender and the warm vanilla sugar with beach nights in the background. So it was just interesting how the same blend in the same bag performed and gave me the different notes of each part of the scent profile. So I really enjoyed that. I would purchase that. It was amazing. Okay, so while we're on it, Traverse City Wax Co. This was gifted to me from Lori. This is lavender cookie dough, which I melted last night. This is sweet lavender, creamy vanilla, and sugar cookie dough. I love this. I mean, you can't go wrong with a lavender bakery if you appreciate those notes. Yeah, I really do like this. You really get the cookie dough, the lavender. This threw very well for me. Traverse City has always worked well for me. I am going to be just keep on melting through lavender stash. But I really did enjoy that. So that was absolutely delicious. And I would purchase that. Okay, so I have 5 here that are from me. So the first one here, this is Candy Corn Cuppy. This is a sample that I'm melting. What am I melting? This is actually in my Salerno warmer in the kitchen. I just changed that out because I just got my flash sale order in, and I've been eyeballing that Salerno for years now. It was $18. You can't beat that price for a ceramic 25 watt warmer. So I jumped in. But to pair with the cider lane that I'm melting, I put this in there. So this actually was the first name for the blend that I actually poured today from the pre-order, called Haunted Pumpkin, which has pumpkin spice buttercream, candy corn, and cupcakes at Tiffany's. So it's delicious. Okay. 3 that I actually did release. I melted the last 3 cubes of Helia in my bedroom. This has Boom Boom, Cheerios 71 type, whipped coconut whipped coconut cake, can't read. Bananas, creamy coconut, and suntan lotion, which the last 3 notes are part of the Hawaiian Tropic Oil. I loved this. I love 71. To me, that is like my ideal caramel scent. I feel like that paired well with the whipped coconut cake, which you kind of get like this syrupy gourmand base. The Boom Boom, you get your sandalwood, pistachio, caramel notes, and then the Hawaiian Tropic is in the background. I loved how this threw. I did I did half a clam each time that I melted this. And I wanted to make sure I knew what it smelled like when I was pouring it, but like after sitting and letting it cure for a little bit, I wanted to make sure I was smelling, but everyone's nose is different also. Wanted to make sure that this was kosher. And it was. I'm very proud of that one. That one's very delicious, very gourmand body care, but also a little bit bakery. So here for that. Also did sugared ruby in my kitchen. I split this break a bar, bubble bar in my crock and in my warmer before I swapped it out to the Salerno. I was also doing like a grapefruit day. Maybe when I was doing Candy Dandy in the living room, I put this in the kitchen. So this has notes of fresh rhubarb, ruby grapefruit, mint leaf, sugar cookies, and marshmallow balm, which is like a really buttery marshmallow scent. Then you also have sugar cookies. This is a sweet, tart, fruity forward bakery scent with the citrus from the grapefruit. I love the notes of the rhubarb in here. The ruby grapefruit and the mint leaf is just a little freshness, a little green note, but like minty. But it's not something that you can like pull out. It's just a top note that just kind of complements the rhubarb and the grapefruit. I had kept myself one of these, and because I like grapefruit scent, so I wanted to melt that and make up some space in my fruity scent drawer. Okay, so I had melted one of my souffles here of the special release of Hat Trick. This was the special release because the caramel tobacco oil that I used for this was discontinued, and it's a reformulation because my last time that I had offered this was more caramel tobacco forward with the cotton candy coming in second with the funnel cake in the background. How do I have only 5% battery? Hang tight. Okay, we're just gonna finish this up because my battery's about to die on my phone. Anyway, that's why this was a special release, because it was reformulated and it also used a discontinued, new to me, smoky or tobacco, caramel tobacco oil that I had found that I absolutely loved. It was a creamier, more caramel forward tobacco scent. It also had less spice, but a little bit more bergamot as a note in the profile. I wanted something cozy, delicious, and comforting to me, so this is what I melted last night in my living room. So did a whole souffle. And then lastly, this was a scent that I was testing out. With some of my sample oils, and I called it My Colors Are Blush and Bashful. If you understand that reference, you know where it's from. This has raspberry, peach, white nectarine, wild honeysuckle, jasmine, gardenia, white musk, and powdered magnolia. Basically a fruity floral scent, but not a powdery floral. Although magnolia could be powdery. This was not that. This was more peach and nectarine forward with the berries, with just like a hint of the floral in the background. I thought it was gonna be, I'm thinking about like maybe doing like a Steel Magnolias collection. This was one of the blends that, because of the color, it had peach. I'm like, my colors are blush and bashful. This is the name I went with. So I melted this in my bathroom. And this was poured in February of last year in my first formula. The cure time on that would just made it great. Like I could smell this in the living room, went from my couch. So that's it. That's everything I got through. Thanks so much for spending some time with me. Sorry about the glare. I halfway don't care. As long as I'm doing this video, I'm gonna go back to pouring wax and get my last souffles poured for Haunted Pumpkin. My house smells like just rich, delicious fall goodness, and it makes me happy. Hope you guys are enjoying what you're melting. Happy end of July. Ooh, that means I finished all this. Ooh, my empties, my number on my spreadsheet is gonna be amazing. I gotta make sure I mark this stuff off. That's it, you guys. Oh, there's nothing more satisfying than seeing your numbers that you used of wax each month like go up, and like your overall number going down. I brought in way too much this month. No lie. But that's it, you guys. Take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.